Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. What we want to talk about right now is our partners at FSA, the Fantasy Sports Alliance. You can go to their website at fsa-fr.com. We're getting close to the deadline, July 31st. July 31st is the deadline to sign up. Well, this is a year after year thing. If you want to get in late, maybe Brian will even let you. He's just that kind of guy. Congratulations on getting your master's degree, Brian. You did a great job, bud. We're proud of you. Go to fsa-fr.com for a unique, one-of-a-kind fantasy football experience where they have regions, there are bowl games, and of course there's a mega super duper championship. That's not what it's called, but you got to make it sound like it's a big deal. Of course. All right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. You guys, please go check out FSA at fsa-fr.com.
Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Brad. It's Josh. It's Eric. It's a lot of news. It's NFC South breakdown. And later this week, you'll have the AFC South breakdown. Whew. Giving you two this week. What? Double duty.
Twofer.
Everybody loves some double duties when you're changing that diaper.
Duper
He's all
and the
done.
pooper.
Starts going again. You're reaching for the second diaper. Double duty patrol.
Haven't experienced that yet.
Oh, you lucky son.
My kid just likes to run his hand through the poopy diaper
Bingo.
That's every kid.
and then go
They're
for
exploring.
face.
They're exploring.
Yeah.
Fun with feces. There was an episode of the league about it. Fun
There
with
was.
feces.
Fact.
Fun with feces.
They played with cat poop, though, didn't they?
I don't remember that from my
Or did you get in the
children.
toilet?
You got in the, it was
Ruxin's kid.
no, Ruxin's kid was the one they were taking the poop from. It was the MacArthur's kid.
Forever unclean.
Forever unclean. The cutlet.
Oh, yeah, they were taking breast milk from the cutlet.
Yeah. Got to do it.
That is messed up.
Everything's messed up.
I miss that show.
Well, I found out why I went off the air. So the dude that played Kevin, I guess he lied about being at 9/11.
I
For a long
remember reading that.
And he finally came out and said, no, I wasn't at 9/11. He said he was like in the first floor of the second tower. Yeah.
Way to go, MacArthur.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kind of what.
Why didn't they
Might've-
just cast someone else and keep the show going?
Can't do that.
You totally can.
I think that it just
Kevin
got bad
MacArthur
press.
is an icon.
You can recast anyone.
Don't like that.
They just recast Captain America, didn't they? And they recast Thor.
Okay, whatever. We're talking about a great movie, not a comic book made up stuff.
That's
You
the
just changed
natural. That was the natural progression in the comics.
Yeah. He said,
it. Let's move this car along.
all right, let's go.
We got some news, baby. News.
Lots
Okay.
of news.
What news you gonna start with, Josh?
So we'll talk about the one everyone wants to talk about.
I don't want to talk
Sterling
about it.
Shepard's thumb? Corey
Uh,
Coleman's ACL?
No, not
Oh.
those things. We'll get to those in just a moment. Melvin Gordon. He is holding out, and there's mounting pessimism that he won't be reporting anytime soon, per Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
Pessimism was the word.
But didn't Adam Schefter also say Le'Veon Bell had to come back by week 10 for his contract to go real? And yeah. Melvin Gordon's going to do what Melvin Gordon wants to do. What he's prepared to do. If he's prepared to hold out and he save money, then he will.
So we
But he's
haven't.
getting fined every day he's not there.
So we haven't gotten to the West yet. But he said that he wants a pretty big deal. Now, Phillip Rivers threw some shade and said that they're plenty deep at running back and they'll be fine.
They're not, though.
They're not. We saw what happened when
Well, they're
Austin.
deep. It just might not have talent deep.
Yeah, just because you have other guys in the roster doesn't mean that they're great.
Yeah, bodies doesn't equal replacing 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns or something like
Yeah,
that.
he had a great year last year. It was actually his best year, and I don't blame him for wanting to go get the bag. The problem is if this goes into training camp, where do you guys want to slot Melvin Gordon at?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about this goes into the preseason well before the season starts, because the owner seems to be pretty dug in too that he's not ready to give him an
The
extension.
Spanos family never pays anybody. It will be, if he's not there by preseason week 2, you can't take him in the first round and you can't take him in the first half of the second round.
Yeah. You're kind of gambling here.
Because he's had soft tissue injuries already, hamstrings, and now we're talking about no practice, and then he comes back in there and tries to go full bore week 1, and guess what happens? Oh, comes up lame. How does it affect the rest of the offense? I mean, we can get into that a little more, but do you downgrade Phillip Rivers? Do you guys downgrade
I
the
always
wide receiver
downgrade
crew?
Phillip Rivers.
I like Phil Rivers in fantasy. Yeah, because you don't get the same. They don't run a ton of play action, but that hurts them in that regard because they don't have the run to set up the pass anymore.
The person I think that really benefits from this is Hunter Henry. He was absent last year, and Melvin Gordon got a lot of those short yardage throws. This year with Hunter Henry being there and hopefully him staying healthy, he's going to have the greatest benefit here from this because Melvin Gordon won't be there to take away from any of his work. And Hunter Henry is, let's not forget, talent-wise, he's probably one of the most talented tight ends in all of the NFL.
All right, if Melvin Gordon's not there, which Chargers running back, if any, are you drafting? Justin Jackson, Austin Eckler?
I'll take a shot on Eckler, but the price has to be right. Right now, his ADP is very low. That's obviously going to change, but...
What about Justin Jackson? He was a rookie last year. He didn't get a lot of reps with the first team. I want to see what they do in camp and practice with him. If they're giving him the first team reps and want to use Eckler as still the pass catching third down back.
The word on the street is that Eckler getting first team reps right now. So,
but he's not built for the long
And he's
haul.
also had injury problems last year as well.
Yeah, he's not built for the long haul. Now, in other holdout news, Ezekiel Elliott did not attend his physical or the team's conditioning run on Friday. Now, this situation is different, and we want to talk about that because he actually has to arrive before August 6th for this season to actually count towards his contract. If not...
Are we sure about that?
Yes. And if not, then he will be a restricted free agent again next year. If he wants to enter unrestricted, he has to go. So,
because he has 2 years on his deal too.
Yeah.
Right. And Melvin Gordon's only got one. Yeah.
Yes. So this is the kind of thing that you have to be aware of. Now, Zeke, I think he's going to show up personally. Even you said, Eric, that Jerry's like, oh, he's just taking some time.
Jerry's excited. Jerry is still excited for the team, even though he's not there.
Yeah. But we all kind of think that Zeke's going to show up.
Do you worry about Zeke's conditioning showing up late?
Yeah.
He's a thick boy.
He does not look like he looked in college. Remember in college in that crop top? Oh.
And even his first year, he looked like that.
Yeah,
he showed the rookie camp and all that. And he had a long
camp
to keep in shape.
He was in much better shape last year than he was the year prior when he had all the stuff going on, all the legal issues. And I think that took a little bit of a toll on him. But I wouldn't be surprised to see come in a little heavy.
Yeah, he might. More than likely he will.
I'm still going to draft him. As long as he's there, I'm going to draft him right in the top of my draft like I would normally.
Sure. Yeah, if he's there for camp, he's still a top 4 guy in PPR and standard. So
after the Cowboys did your boy Alan Hearns dirty, Eric, that's the kind of organization you run.
Alan Hearns isn't good. I don't run the
He
organization.
tore his Achilles for you last year.
Yeah.
Have you no soul? Anyway, he landed with the Dolphins for $3 million. Good job for you, buddy. Might as well let...
I'm glad he got paid, but at the same time, he didn't do anything when he was with the Cowboys when he was healthy. So,
yeah,
as a fan...
That's because Dak.
I'm not losing sleep over it.
That's because of his offense.
Is it? Because Amari Cooper did better than he did with a different quarterback.
Yeah. Well, Amari Cooper's a more talented receiver than Alan Hearns. Okay. I'm not
more talented, but not good per se.
Kalen Ballage is getting the first team reps with the Dolphins. Buying or selling? You believe this? Or no?
Well, it's the Dolphins, but it's a different coaching staff, so it's not the Adam Gase that we've had. I want to see what happens in the preseason.
Yeah. Now, who is the coach? Brian Flores. What coaching tree did he come from?
Bill Belichick. Running back by committee.
So I do expect them. I think this
I don't expect it to be a good team, but they can still have good fantasy.
No, I think that they're going to do a 50-50 split, and Kenyon Drake is going to be – he's not going to be worth his ADP right now because he's going a little bit higher than he should be. Let me double-check that ADP for you.
Does this worry you about Kenyon Drake? Because this is the second coaching staff that is not giving him the ball.
He's going 48.
He's got
really the third if you want to go back to his college days where he wasn't the primary back either. He's never been a primary guy.
I'm not liking this. I mean, it's good news for Kalen Ballage. His draft price right now is very, very low. I think you can probably steal away Kalen Ballage for a little bit.
Yeah, if you're drafting soon and this news hasn't caught up, if your league hasn't caught up with this news yet, sure, steal him.
Yeah.
I think Brad's right in a wait and see kind of role because we don't know what kind of scheme they're going to run.
No, I'm okay with taking Kalen Ballage, whose ADP is probably going to be ridiculously low right now and crazy, which I'm trying to pull it up as I talk in my head right now. But the thing I love about Kalen Ballage, and Josh can attest to this last year during the draft, his comps were all David Johnson. He's David Johnson's size. He had David Johnson numbers at the combine. With that talent, if he can put it together, that's great.
178. RB 60 coming off the board is what I got.
What are you on?
My fantasy data.
Are you on PPR?
I am in PPR, yes, sir.
Okay, because I got 160.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be relatively similar.
I got 160. That's just weird that we're off by that much in the same site.
You're on the same site?
Yeah.
It just, it depends. They could have been updated or whatever. The thing is he's going about 160.
So in his draft.
That's a great price for a guy who could be an easy contributor.
So if you were drafting today, where would you take him? What round? You're not going to wait till the 16th round to take him. But
No. And I expect the hype to catch up a little bit. But if I was drafting today, I'm going to take Kalen Ballage probably around 13th round.
Yeah, I'm showing him 172.
What am I going on here?
So, yeah, he's coming off the board way late, and you're not going to pay a premium for him like you are going to pay for Kenny Drake.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that a lot. All right, moving on. In other news, Corey Coleman tore his ACL. Another tough break for Corey Coleman.
Wow, man. You use the pun, don't you?
I really didn't mean to, but okay. Lamar Jackson packed on 10 pounds of muscle because he's ready to prove those haters wrong.
All right, let's go back to the Corey Coleman because he's not the only receiver to go down on the Giants. Sterling Shepard also went off with a thumb injury. And I'm no receiving coach, but I'm pretty sure you want your thumbs to catch a ball.
Remember, that's why Corey Coleman kept messing up in Cleveland because he kept breaking his fingers.
Yeah.
Breaking his hands, yeah.
And the x-rays confirmed for Sterling Shepard that his thumb is broken.
So, Evan Ingram, skyrocketing.
Him and Saquon,
Yep.
they're the guys. I mean, we've kind of pushed that anyway, I think, on past podcasts, that those are the two guys you want in this offense anyway.
No. The Giants have a plan. They are going to work out Kelvin Benjamin. So it's fine.
The Giants. Okay, Dave Gettleman has a plan. He does not need to tell us his plan. He made that very clear when he traded Odell.
What is
They have a plan? No, he has a plan, and you are not part of his plan.
What is up with the B teams of New York and LA wrecking stuff?
What are you talking about, B teams?
The Giants
B
are the
teams.
A team in New York.
I would say they've won more Super Bowls
The
than the
Jets
Jets.
are
No,
the
they're
B team
wrecking
in
stuff.
New York.
The Jets right now have a better plan.
Do they?
Yeah, they
Not
do.
when you have a coaching staff that didn't want the guy.
They
that
do,
just
and then
paid
the
all that
Brooklyn
money.
Nets have a better plan than the New York Knicks. They're horrible.
Do
Their ownership and
Knicks.
management is what I'm saying is terrible. And even in the Lakers and the Clippers have a better one. The Chargers have a better
so you're
situation.
saying Brooklyn's the A team in New York in basketball?
No,
They
they're
are
the B
right
team.
now.
They're the B team.
Okay, but you said they're wrecking. Okay,
Yeah,
so the B.
I meant
teams are
wrecking it like
the
a-
B teams are better than the A teams.
yeah.
Okay,
That's fair. That makes sense.
okay. I thought you
It didn't sound that way when you were initially.
Guys,
Posing the
just
question.
listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay.
Let me hear
You
out.
don't get it.
So anyway, they don't have a lot of depth right now at wide receiver. Like you said, huge boost for Evan Ingram.
Yes.
Completely agree with you there. Now, is there any other wide receiver on the depth chart that you guys might be interested in?
GT.
Golden Tate.
Golden Tate, absolutely.
My problem is that they don't have a deep guy. Like, there's no deep one. Even when Sterling Shepard's healthy, there's nobody to stretch the field.
Yeah. And my worry is that they move Golden Tate into that role where he's more comfortable in the slot, because that would be bad. If he's their number one and he's
He
playing
can play
out wide,
outside, but he still is a short yardage slant guy.
Yeah.
He's a
Gets-
great route runner.
yeah, makes some guys miss after the catch, get some yak.
Yeah. 'Cause
And,
if he catches a deep pass, he's pushing off. We saw it when he was in Seattle.
Sure.
Well, no, the
Everybody
Giants
does.
got Cody Latimer. We saw enough of him in Denver. Have fun with that, guys.
Ooh. From
Now-
the Denver fan.
Now, Darius Slayton, I think that's a great pick. He's a rookie out of Auburn. Who will probably,
Okay.
No, he probably won't do anything.
But we don't like Eli.
But we love Saquon and Evan Ingram right now.
Do you guys worry about Saquon, though?
No.
No.
You're not worried at all either?
I'm not. No.
Because he's going to face 8 man in the box, let's be honest.
Okay, so they throw it to him. And he
Josh
catches
said
91
he
balls
had
again.
a ton of games where he did not have 50 yards.
The man
Almost
was
half.
number one in PPR.
Because
That's
he
all
had
I
some
had to say.
big.
Hold on. He was number one. David Johnson had a terrible year. Todd Gurley got hurt at the end of the year.
Gordon got hurt.
Melvin Gordon got hurt. And Le'Veon Bell didn't play. So, yes, he was number one.
Even in standard, he was still second.
But he was number 1 and 2 running back. But a lot of our premium running backs that we've had for the last years have been shooting those numbers up a lot higher, weren't playing to the full ability. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying he was number 1, but
Right, but if you're looking at your draft and if you're drafting one, you can rely on Barkley, you can rely on Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara right now. Those are the guys. Because Zeke, we don't know what's going on with him. We don't know what's going on with Melvin Gordon. So, I mean, it's as far as quote unquote sure things go. Saquon.
yeah, there's no sure thing at running back for 1
no,
2.
but
And
he's about as close as it gets.
I do worry about the Saquon still is my number 1 running back right now. But I do worry, buyer beware a little bit. If you have that number 1 pick, which none of us really want that number 1 pick to begin with.
No.
Sure. No,
it's going to be rough with him because of he's going to face 8-man in the box. There is no deep threat wide receiver because Odell was there. Odell threw him a couple touchdown passes last year. Let's not forget that. His longest catches were from Odell Beckham.
You're right.
These are true.
So there's a lot of stuff that isn't there this year that helped him out last year. Even though Odell didn't have a great year, Odell was on the field to pull the defense, to pull some coverage, to make them stay honest.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I think the talent will still shine through. I really do. The guy's a monster. He may have games like Josh brought up of under 50 yards, but he's still going to catch the ball. And chances are they're going to be behind a lot anyway. And they don't really have anybody to
I just
throw
don't
it
want
to.
people to expect what Todd Gurley has done the last 2 years where 20, 30-point games are going to be the standard from him. That's what I want people to be. Week 1, when he doesn't do anything for you, kind of like Le'Veon Bell a couple years ago, don't freak out and jump ship and trade him away. That's another thing, too.
The lesson, as always, trade the number 1 pick for more picks.
Okay, let's move on now. The 49ers placed Jerick McKinnon on the active/pup list because he had a flare-up in that surgically repaired knee. I know you guys are not too high on Jerick McKinnon anyway, but this is good news for Tevin Coleman.
The goal line back in San
and
Francisco.
all of the other running backs there. Not much news here, but MVS is clearly ahead of St. Brown. We talked about MVS possibly supplanting Geronimo Allison as the number 2. We're going to have to follow that story as it goes deeper into camp. John Gruden does some coach speak.
Hold on, the MVS thing. The one thing I do want to say is that Aaron Rodgers was talking him up, and that's always good when you have an ad-lib quarterback who trusts his wide receiver to go deep and get deep.
Because if Aaron don't trust you.
But yeah, that's really about MVS. That's about it.
All right, and the only other piece of real news that we got out here is Antonio Brown.
Ooh, hot air balloon rides, baby.
What did you say earlier about his injury?
So the report is that he went up in a hot air balloon and he came down on the injury report.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
that's literally what I heard on part of the interruption today.
Okay.
PTI. I love PTI. It's great.
Yeah,
do we want to talk about Hopkins getting removed from the PUP list? Good news, right? If you want D-Hop.
It's great news. I love D-Hop. Great player.
Didn't drop a ball last season.
He's a phenomenal player.
Get him while you can.
So with the news of Tyreek Hill being cleared, this obviously affects Mecole Hardman the most. Sammy Watkins is going to get dropped down as well. I think that everyone has to kind of lower their expectations for everyone outside of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Miles Sanders, did you mention that? He's also back at camp for the Eagles, so all 7 running backs are officially at camp now.
Good.
Why?
Good. That's
why so much bodies?
Because you need them.
Oh, sorry. One last thing of news. Jay Ajayi has been cleared to practice so he can go and start shopping himself around to other teams.
Ooh.
He's not kidding. There's Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, Corey Clement, Josh Adams, Wendell Smallwood, Boston Scott, and Darren Sproles, who they re-signed.
Yeah. No, I remember looking at it.
We talked about last week
NFC
because he was like, there's not 7. I was like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
There's literally 7.
So Jay Ajayi, possible landing spot?
Philadelphia.
San Diego?
Philadelphia.
San Diego.
Okay, San Diego's realistic. But Philadelphia, why not, right? Let's add
it's more fun.
Pair him with old Eckler there. Be a nice little 1-2 punch. I like it.
Could be. We'll see where he goes.
He's probably cheap, so
he'll probably be a Patriot. Mike Gildensley 2.0.
Ah, the Patriots.
All right. You guys ready to get into this division?
Ooh, yeah, the NFC South.
We do like the South. A lot of good fantasy players in the South.
I
like
really
that.
do.
There's a lot going on in the South. Because you have a lot of bad defenses and a lot of decent, good offenses.
Oh, yeah. Upper echelon offenses, I would say.
So you and I just want to start in Hot Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
They are alphabetically first, so yes, I would prefer that.
Well, it depends on if you go by mascot name or city name.
Go by the city.
Well, it depends. If you're playing 2K, they go by the mascot. Those be off every time.
Okay.
Don't do that.
All right, but we got the Falcons. So Julio Jones said he is doing what, Josh?
He's going to be trying to shoot for 3K this year.
Says he's going to mess around, maybe get 3,000
Mess
yards.
around, get a triple-double.
Considering only, 2 players have ever eclipsed 2,000 yards as a receiver? 1 player? Calvin Johnson, yes.
Well, he's Megatron.
Anybody else?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I have to look it up.
Remember.
Clearly, Julio has lost his mind.
Yes. A little crazy. I could see him breaking 2. He's a freak, and he always gets his yardage. It's the teats that aren't always there.
3,000 yards means that Matt Ryan would have to throw for 7,000 yards.
That ain't happening.
That's not true.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So his highest yard total was 2015 when he had 1,800 yards.
It's a pretty good number.
And then he had 1,600 last year. Other than that, mainly because he hasn't played a full 16 games. He's floated around the 1,400 yards. So I think 3K is a little ambiguous. But what about 2,000?
2,000 is doable for him. Absolutely. 1,800
If he does
yards.
2,000 with 10 touchdowns, which will be all better than he did last year. I know he's not going to be our number 1 wide receiver, but does this make? Are you guys willing to move him up to your number 2 wide receiver?
No.
Does he have a deal in place yet?
He's fine. He's under contract anyway for like 2 more
He's
years.
fine.
And he's
with it.
not holding out
He's not holding it.
because Michael Thomas is holding out.
Right.
Yeah, but Michael Thomas wasn't my number 2 anyway.
Yeah, Devontae Adams was.
Yeah.
Who has a soft nut? Let's get this straight.
Yeah, I'm not arguing this.
I don't think 2,000 is out of the question for Julio Jones. 1,500, 1,800, 1,400, 1,400, 1,600.
And Dirk Cutter loves to air the ball out. We saw in Tampa Bay last year. So
Yeah.
Sling it, Matty. Sling it. And they do have their offensive coordinator back that they loved 2 years ago. So we'll see what happens.
he was number 1 in receiving yards last year.
He's usually up there. He's usually either first or second. But then, the touchdowns.
What about the rest of these wide receivers, though? Julio's easy. Probably going to take in your first round. If he's not taking your first round, nobody's upset probably to get him in their second round, right?
Oh,
Is Julio
in the second?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm happy with that.
Right now, Calvin Ridley is coming off the board at 47, 48. He is the 20th wide receiver coming off the board, right behind Kenny Golladay, above Chris Godwin, above Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett. I think this is a little too much for Calvin Ridley personally.
Where's Mohamed Sanu coming in at on there? Do you even see him?
I'll be honest. I forgot he was in the league until I just saw his name on this depth chart.
I know. We see him do this every year, and then he usually has a few good, not great games, but
He's a bye week flex guy. If you're hurting, I wouldn't say
He's 68th wide receiver coming off the board. His ADP is 175.
yeah. I'm surprised he has a draft position.
would you say his ADP was?
175.
Okay, now we're evening up. I don't know what happened earlier with my computer.
Yeah, he's 68th wide receiver. Mohamed Sanu, okay. But the real problem here with Calvin Ridley is that the price is too high.
Oh,
For where I think
for Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, where he's going to perform, that
People
price.
are thinking he's going to do what Juju did. But I think that's what a lot of people are seeing. Juju style aspirations for him, and he's not that style wide receiver.
So let's talk about some of these guys going after him. Cooper Kupp,
I'll take Cooper Kupp.
I would take Cooper Kupp over.
Chris Godwin.
Godwin ain't coming off the field. That's what Bruce Arians said. He
did.
ain't coming off the
He's
field.
going to play corner or safety. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
he ain't coming off the field.
He's going to play special teams. He's going to
He's going to be holding the ball on kickoffs.
I think might be a wash between those two, just because there's a lot of good receivers ahead of.
Tyler Lockett, who you want to believe in because of my hair.
Tyler Lockett, baby.
Yeah, I'd take Lockett.
Okay, so how about Tyler Boyd?
He just got paid.
Tyler Boyd.
Good for you, Tyler.
So there's just a couple of guys who are going after him who I would rather
for
have
wide
than
receivers.
him.
And if we probably bring up running backs, we probably get even more people in there that we want.
Sure.
So
We're also talking about tight ends in this range too.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacks, possibly. None of us will take quarterbacks, but you'll see quarterbacks go in this range.
the price is just a little high right now for him.
Okay. What about the running backs?
I'm interested in this running back. I'll entertain this conversation.
Ito Smith,
No.
I don't want Ito.
Ricky Ortiz.
What?
Ricky Ortiz
Yeah, you go.
Ricky Ortiz? No.
at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on
Yeah.
the list. No, I'm not worried about him.
I think he's a special teams
I
player
know if he makes the team.
if he makes the team. Kenyon Barner,
Okay,
the old Chip Kelly alum.
Devontae Freeman's really the only one we're talking about here, right?
Yes.
So this is the first year he probably won't be in a full-time committee like we was with Tevin Coleman. Because as much as they want to believe in Ito Smith isn't what they thought he'd be.
Mm-hmm.
And do I remember right? Was Dirk Cutter there during Devontae Freeman's first couple good years?
At least 2 years ago, he played full 16 games, slightly over 1,000 yards, 4.8 yards per carry, and 11 scores. So, I mean, that's good enough for me. They're going to use him.
Good
He's
enough.
gonna get. He had 227 carries that year, so even if he gets around 225, 250, somewhere in there, in that range, he's gonna have the volume. He's gonna have the opportunity. He won't have Tevin Coleman possibly stealing third downs from him. He won't have. He will definitely be getting those short yardage situations. So, and he may get a few more passes in the red zone. So,
And the craziest thing is his ADP. It's 32.
yeah, he's a pretty good deal there.
It's only 15 picks before Calvin Ridley. If you can get him in the third round, I'm really, really, really happy with.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that, Josh? Devontae Freeman, third round?
I feel great about that.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get you a starting running back on an NFL team that's not in a full committee
And he does
on
get
a good
the,
offense.
Yeah, and on a great offense. And he does get the injury knock a lot, but if you look at his time in the league, 2014, 16 games, 2015, 15 games, 2016, 16 games, 2017, 14 games, and then you have the outlier last year with only 2 games played. So you're probably going to get 14 games out of him.
I feel good about that too. He's going to be a fine fantasy play this year.
Sure.
Fine fantasy play. Could be, honestly, could be a league winner. Based on ADP, and if you already get 2 decent studs, if he's your third guy, that's not a bad setup.
I mean, if he can recreate that same magic from 2016, 1,000 yards and 11 scores.
The thing he did in 2015 right before that.
Yeah.
He does have a bit of a soft nug, though.
Which Dirk Cutter was not there with him when he had those big games. Dirk Cutter was there when they drafted him. But remember, it was his second year where he took off.
Okay.
So,
What about Hoopa?
Austin?
is he one of those middling tight ends you guys are okay with putting on your team to start?
I hate it.
I know you hate it, but
I don't know if I'd draft him.
he's a streamable tight end.
He's a streamable tight end, absolutely.
Week
He's
one
good
at Minnesota, probably not.
in a bye week situation in a good matchup. Yeah, he'll have 1 or 2 big games a year.
Week 2 against Philadelphia, probably okay. I'm not scared of that matchup.
No, not really.
But there's some guys going after him I would much rather have, like Trey Burton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not a guy I'm going to probably draft, but he will be a guy I might pick up. I'm not scared.
He finished 6th overall last year, and it doesn't feel like it.
He had a couple good games. Remember, he had
Yeah, I know, but it feels like he
had like a couple 2 touchdown games.
He was almost a top 5 tight end, which, well, not really. He was 30 points shy of that, but still, it's just weird the way tight ends were last year. I think we can all agree on that. Sure. Hooper is a streamable option, like you guys said. It's not one that you're going to want to go in there and start every week. It's kind of a matchup dependent thing. Matt Ryan, though, he's the 6th quarterback going off the board. Finished 2nd last year. How you guys feeling about Matty Ice?
So I always worry, and Josh, you mentioned this about Matt Ryan with new offense coordinator having a down year. Mm-hmm. But he's worked with Dirk Cutter before. I think it's an offense that he'll know. It's not going to be something new because it is hard on a quarterback to change offensive coordinator so much when you're not a Peyton Manning where the offensive coordinator is just going to do what you say, right?
Yep.
So I'm not too worried about it. And if Julio's shooting for 3,000 yards, he's got to do well, right? And the defense, I don't think is much improved. So he's going to have to sling it.
No, that defense is still, they're going to have to throw to keep themselves in games because that defense can't stop cold. So
I really want Julio Jones and Devontae Freeman to stay healthy for a full season. That'd be nice. Probably help them out a lot.
I think another thing that you have to think about, though, is they couldn't really run the ball last year. So Matt Ryan had a lot more attempts than he had in the previous 4 years.
Well, they couldn't run the ball, and they would get down early.
Yeah.
Which is a perfect success for having a great fantasy quarterback.
is that a symptom of not having Devontae Freeman on the field and you have Tevin Coleman?
Yeah, because they didn't have the thunder and lightning kind of thing that they normally have. And let's not forget that the back end of their defense was just decimated by injuries last season early. So
And the pass rush was non-existent.
I do expect a little bit
Beasley, where you at?
I expect a little bit of regression here from Matt Ryan. Not much. He's still going to be a great value, but I don't think that you got to go up and reach for him as a 6th overall quarterback.
All right. What about the last guy I kind of want to talk about in Atlanta? Giorgio Tavecchio.
I don't.
Did you make that up?
The kicker. No,
Yes.
it's the kicker. I don't care.
He's got a leg on him, boys.
I don't care.
Okay.
All right.
All these kickers that have legs can't make a 42-yard field goal when it comes down to it.
Yeah, but that's only -1. A 50-yard
that's
field
only
goal
-1.
plus 5.
It's true.
No.
All right, moving on.
Them old reliables.
This will be quick.
Carolina?
Yeah, this will be quick.
You think so?
C-Mac, easy. Draft him. Don't be stupid. Especially in PPR.
Yeah, he's a top 4 guy
Standard, let him slip a little bit, but he's still going to be great.
in PPR.
He said he's trying to be the
Taking him as
1K.
the number 3 pick, though.
Do what?
Will you taking him as a number 3 pick? Because that's his ADP right now. It's 2.9.
So we got Zeke,
Saquon.
Saquon.
Alvin Kamara.
Kamara and McCaffrey are right there. I think I'd rather have Kamara than McCaffrey.
I would also rather have Kamara.
That's my biggest problem with him is that he's going above Alvin Kamara.
Don't like that. No.
But I would take him right after. I'd take him at 4.
At 4, yes, but 3 is
No,
where
I
he's
like
at.
I like Kamara a little bit better.
I like Kamara's whole offense better. I think that's what helps out. Like, as good as Cam is, he threw the ball short last year because he was hurt. If he's feeling healthy and he's a vegan, he's got that super vegan power now.
I think the thing is that if you're sitting there at 4 or later, and either one of these guys, they're going to feel good about getting. So I'm not. You're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, if you get any of those 4 guys, you're in great shape. You could make the case to take McCaffrey at 3 over Zeke just because of how many passes he catches in PPR.
Well, Zeke's still going 2.
Right. No, I understand.
Okay.
But you could make the case where you take C-Mac before Zeke, Saquon number 1, and then Alvin Kamara go 3. I wouldn't, like, if somebody in our draft took McCaffrey 2, I wouldn't be like, I'd make fun of him just to make fun of him, but I wouldn't be.
Would you be surprised if McCaffrey went 1?
Yeah.
I would be surprised if he went over Saquon Barkley, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be an idiot.
Well, there's still no pass catchers here, but we'll get into that in a second.
Hey, now.
I want to talk about Cam.
I'm out.
You're out for reasons unrelated to football.
I'm finally out.
Throw
though.
your biases away,
I'm
sir.
finally out.
Why? Because the way
He
he dresses?
didn't show you the picture
There was
today?
a picture that surfaced of Cam Newton today.
You don't even know if it was him.
At Walmart?
Yeah.
The joke one? I don't even think
white,
it was him, dude.
White,
out.
white overalls with
How
no
many
shirt?
6'5", ripped, 250-pound guys do you think are going to be hanging out in Walmart?
I don't care how he dresses.
I go to Walmart all the time.
I don't care.
see that body type there. I'm sorry.
I don't care how
No,
he
he's
dresses.
lost his damn mind. It matters. It's all relatable.
He's dressed flamboyantly for years.
Yes, flamboyantly, but now it is getting to unprecedented levels. He's changed his entire life. He used to be a pescatarian, now he's vegan. And then he dropped having marital relations with his
Do you know
wife.
what pescatarian means?
Yeah, that means he only eats fish. And then he dropped having marital relations with his wife for an entire month. And now he's gone off the deep end with the crap he was wearing. I'm telling you, I don't think the dude's right in the head. His mind's not on football. I'm out. I loved him for so long. I can't back him up anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, what they said.
I can't back him up
The
anymore.
Auburn fan dropping his boy, the man who brought him a championship,
All right, so
over close.
Josh, you can go on.
Ridiculous.
He is going as QB 11 right now on ADP. Pick 102.
That's fantastic value.
10th round, I can get me a quarterback. Now, I do worry about his pass catchers because really, other than Christian McCaffrey, there are big question marks all over the board.
I like me some Curtis Samuel. We'll
But,
talk
but
about him
yeah,
later.
we'll talk about that in a minute. But a lot of questions there. We don't have a good even, Funches was good last year,
Was he?
but he was serviceable.
Okay.
Okay? Like, he wasn't a number 1 wide receiver, but you could play him.
Okay.
They don't have a big guy anymore because it's Curtis Samuel and it's DJ Moore, who neither one of them are big body receivers. And Cam's deep ball's not been looking good the last couple of years.
Nope.
His shoulder's not right.
Cam's deep ball he's never been that accurate as a quarterback
Okay,
to
but he
begin
can
with.
get it down there.
Yeah, no, he could.
He can get it down
throw
there.
it, sure.
And a guy like, God, who was the wide receiver there for so long? I can't forget.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith could track the deep ball and get it. You know what I'm saying? And could make a play on it.
He was really fast though.
He was fast,
he could track the ball and he could get under it.
But I could think DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel could do that. But if he can't get the ball up and over and out, then they're not going to do this. His last year was his best pass completion rate of his career, but it was also the lowest yards per attempt of his career.
I think that's a byproduct of their offensive line and trying to keep him off his back.
He still is the goal line back for this team. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's still going to be a very good fantasy player.
Yeah, at 10, he's going right before Jameis, Phillip Rivers, and Tom Brady. Big Ben, well, okay, whatever.
Dak.
He's going right after Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, who I don't know how he's up here. The hype train I think it's also ADP's a little skewed because
I
of
love it.
Dynasty.
Sure.
Right, and Dynasty drafts are going on right now. That's why it's a little skewed for Kyler Murray.
I love it. Go for it. Draft him, please. Do it.
Yeah, do us a bunch of favors, please.
But no, yeah, Cam's going to be a decent value. I'm not really worried about Cam and his fantasy football scoring abilities.
Okay, the wide receivers for Carolina.
Here we go.
The pass catchers. Because there ain't no Steve Smith walking through the door.
I like DJ Moore.
Greg, Greg Olsen walking through the door?
Greg Olsen's the number one dude on their depth chart for tight end.
Do you think?
I mean, it's not, best tight end in the league, Greg Olsen,
Yeah.
anymore, but
Exactly.
he's still serviceable.
He hasn't been good in a few years.
No. They really haven't been that good in a few years.
I think DJ Moore is going to be all right.
So DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel are their 1-2 wide receivers. They got Chris Hogan and Torrey Smith. Ugh.
Chris Hogan could be nice for him in the slot.
And he could be a good deep guy. He can play the outside and go deep.
Yeah, he can.
He even did it with Brady, whose deep arm is not what it was at all. It's nowhere near what it was.
No.
He's 44 years old
His
out there
accuracy-
slinging the rock.
Yeah, his accuracy's gone down on that deep ball.
So Chris Hogan could. I don't really
No.
want to deal with that. I'm just saying he's somebody to watch.
The problem that you're going to run into with DJ Moore is you're going to see him and you're going to think, oh, yeah, he's 25th receiver going off the board. He's going to the 5th round. That's a pretty good value as a number one receiver in an offense. The number one receiver in an offense it's not always the same going across the board. If you have the number one receiver in an offense like Drew Brees of years past where he's consistently throwing for over 5,000 yards, yeah, you want that guy. But whenever you have a guy like Cam Newton who hovers around the 3,500 yard range, the number one guy isn't as valuable. You would rather have someone like a Tyler Boyd or an Alshon Jeffrey maybe instead of DJ Moore. And I understand what
we
he
got
does.
flashes from DJ Moore.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had a 157-yard game and a touchdown. He had, some 50s, some 90s, about 50 yards, and a few touchdowns. Only 2 touchdowns. Not great, but
I think Curtis Samuel's going to break out this year. I think he's going to be the guy.
third-year
on the team.
breakout?
I think he's the guy on
Third-year
this
breakout?
team. Yep. To steal Josh's shtick, yeah, I think he's going to be the guy. I think he's the best receiver on that team.
And his ADP is sexy. 115?
Do you guys want to put a pie bet on that?
I'll do it.
Curtis Samuel or DJ Moore, rest of the season, barring injury?
Who has a better year?
Who has
Yeah.
a better year?
I'll do it. Pie bet.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Curtis Samuel, baby. Here we go.
We talking points or statistics?
Points. Fantasy points,
Okay.
right?
It's-
PPR,
Yeah, all
fantasy
their stuff's
points,
fantasy
end of the
points.
year. Barring
do that.
injury.
That's not a big deal.
So barring injury, are you guys saying barring quarterback injury, or are you leaving it no matter what quarterback's behind
Yeah, I
you?
don't care what quarterback's out there.
It's probably not going to matter.
It's the same guy throwing the ball. I don't care.
If Cam
Okay.
gets hurt, they both go down in flames, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. I want all the stipulations out there because I don't want nobody crying and whining.
Well,
We
that
had
was
some
last.
issues with that last year.
That was last.
As
season.
long as nobody tries to break my nose when they throw a pie at me, I'm
No,
good
they're
with
going to. If you're not bleeding, that's why I give you cherry because you can't see the blood.
it. I don't like that.
I don't do that.
No.
Anybody else you want to talk about? Greg Olsen.
Nope, don't care.
Serviceable.
What's his
if you-
ADP? You got it there?
If you need a backup tight end on a bye week in a good matchup,
145
Olsen.
ADP. He's going after Delaney Walker before Trey Burton, before Jimmy Graham.
you should go after my
Would you
boy
take him
Delaney.
over- Hey, would you take him before TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah, I would take him before TJ.
Okay, TJ Hawkinson's 2 tight ends before him.
Who does he play
I
for
would
again?
take Trey Burton before Greg
Lions.
Olsen too.
The Lions, where tight ends go to die. Yeah,
I would also.
You
take-
lying?
Okay.
never.
Ah! That's a pun, boys. Ha!
Yep.
Okay.
He's.
Okay. Nobody else? You guys ready to move on?
Let's move on.
Carolina defense?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
As
Carolina
long
kicker?
as, well, hang on. As long as Keekly's healthy, that defense is good.
Yeah,
they
but
live
that's-
and die with him, and he's got a soft nug sometimes.
Yeah, but defenses are.
Graham
streamable.
Gano?
Yeah.
Don't you know?
All
Graham
right.
Gano's a solid kicker. I like Graham.
All right.
Okay. We're moving on to the New Orleans Saints. Who dat?
Who does say gonna beat them Saints? I'm so excited about my move because
Oh, it's Who Day. Who Day?
Who Day, yeah.
And Who Dat is the Bengals.
Yeah. I'm excited about my move because there's supposed to be some pretty good beignets where I'm moving, and I'm pretty excited. I love a good beignet.
You're going to the place where all food is good.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, let's not.
No, all food is
We
good.
know because we've been there many
Okay.
times.
Yeah,
All right.
all the food. You can get whatever food you want. What do you want?
So
You get it.
So we talked about Alvin Kamara. We all feel good about Kamara. His ADP's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be. He's a guy that I could see people taking number one, and I wouldn't even bat an eye.
Yeah. You wouldn't argue with
okay.
that. In PPR especially. So
Yeah.
what about his backup?
Latavius?
Latavius. How do you feel
Right.
about Latavius?
I was actually listening to, I think it was the Ringer NFL podcast, and they kind of swung me on Latavius Murray. I feel like he's going to be a steal. I think he's going to be a draft day steal.
He can be Mark Ingram-ish.
What are we looking at for ADP on him? He could be. He could absolutely replace Mark Ingram in that
he's
offense.
going to be the
stat for
backup.
stat.
He'll be the guy spelling him. I don't think he'll get a lot of run, But I don't think they want to burn Kamara out early because they're looking at Super Bowls because Drew Brees got a handful of years left.
He's 80. His ADP is 80.
That's fantastic.
In PPR.
So
That's
would you
a steal.
take both of them? Would you handcuff? Especially so we're talking 7th round, handcuffing your running back. And that is tough.
If you're drafting first overall and you're on one of those big swings coming back around in the 7th,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick at all because there's probably not going to be a lot of good running backs left on the board there to take.
You say that, but there's guys I'd rather take my shot on.
Okay.
Miles Sanders.
Nope.
Rojo.
Okay.
Nope.
Eckler.
Nope.
Royce Freeman.
Maybe.
But let's use
Deontay Foreman. These are guys that could be potential starters on their team.
Yes, you're saying that. But if you took Alvin Kamara number 1 and you put all your eggs in the Alvin Kamara basket, does that change your mindset here? Because if Alvin Kamara goes down and you take one of these guys and they don't pan out, your fantasy might be over. Your fantasy might be over.
Yeah, but that could happen anyway.
Exactly. But
Latavius Murray isn't going to put out what Alvin Kamara puts out.
I mean, no.
No, he's not. But Ingram had really solid
He
seasons.
could put what
even
David
when he was
Johnson put out
splitting
last
time
year
in New Orleans.
and be a number 1 running back
That
offense.
I guess it's situational based.
What's the best offense Latavius Murray's played in? Minnesota?
Minnesota. I think Minnesota.
Yeah, because remember, he was on the Raiders?
Yeah, it was Minnesota. He's
Yeah.
never been on a great offense.
Exactly.
So last year with the Saints, not great. But for Mark Ingram, 138 carries,
He had the
600,
suspension.
You had the 4-game suspension.
yeah, 645 yards, 4.7 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns. The year before that, 1,100 yards, 4.9 per carry, and 12 touchdowns. I think Latavius Murray can mimic that.
And I think that's completely fine. I mean, like I said, though, there are other guys I think I would rather have because maybe I like the upside a little more. I like the upside of Ronald Jones more than I like the upside of Latavius Murray.
What if I said you could get both of them because you're bookending? Because if I'm saying you're at the first, you can grab both of them.
Yeah, okay.
So you can take your handcuff and you get your third running back.
Okay.
Or another bench running back.
Yeah, I'm good with that because I like the potential of a Royce Freeman.
I would not, if I'm a guy taking Kamara that early and you got Latavius Murray who's going in the 8th, 9th round, you might want to just grab him. So I'm on your bench. Be safe. Don't railroad season. Because none of these other running backs that are up there in the top have a decent handcuff.
Correct. And plus, he's going from a Vikings offense with a train wreck of an offensive line to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
Very good offensive line. Good running game. Led the league in rushing touchdowns last year.
Okay, what about the pass catchers there? Michael Thomas, holding out.
Holding out.
It's the only one we really need to talk about.
Yeah.
If he holds out, does that bump up Cam Meredith? If he's healthy? If he's back from his injury? He saw flashes in Chicago.
No.
There's flashes, but he doesn't get the separation. He's not as clean of a route runner. He's not as physical. He's just not that guy.
There were times when he was healthy last season, and they still had him inactive. I'm not buying.
What do we think about Teddy Ginn?
He's a field stretcher. He changes the offense, but he's not
a boom bust play.
Yeah.
He's best ball guy. Traquan Smith, same thing. Maybe he has a little bit of a better year because it's his second year in the league. He had some really good games starting out, and then towards the end of the season, they had guys that you had never heard of before, undrafted guys, going out there and catching touchdowns. So I'm not sold on him either. For me right now, it's Michael Thomas or maybe Jared Cook.
You guys know
what is Cam Meredith's ADP? Just real quick. Sorry, I know it's kind of throwing it off there.
I think it's in the 100 range.
Okay. Because I'm just going to bring up guys like Marcus Colston. Right. Kenny Stills. Lance Moore. Dudes that Drew Brees has made fantasy relevant. Let's just get this straight. Like, Drew Brees can make some receivers that may not be great receivers very fantasy relevant.
I don't think he's getting drafted.
He probably isn't.
I'm not showing any ADP for him, just the receiver category.
143rd wide receiver overall, 296th ADP.
So Marcus Colston, who outside of Drew Brees never did anything, right? He averaged about 150 fantasy points per year.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's Drew Brees. I'm taking, if anything happens with Michael Thomas, I want Drew Brees as number 1.
That's fair. That's fair to say because he's got to throw it to somebody, right?
Yes.
And he's very good at throwing it, especially he's good at adjusting to his receivers in terms of, okay, I know Michael Thomas can go up and get a contested ball. I'll throw that. Whereas if Cameron Meredith needs to run to a spot and he throws into a window, Brees can do that.
Exactly.
So
that's all I'm saying. I don't want him now, but if you're worried about Michael Thomas and you're just watching him, maybe not even drafting him, just watch him, be ready to pick him up.
I don't think the Saints let him go unhappy and without a contract because they need to show Alvin Kamara that they will take care of people down the road.
They
or
did
they're
offer
not
him a
going to sign
contract.
him.
It was way far off from what they want. They're still working because he wants to be the number one paid wide receiver.
He deserves it.
And I think Julio's waiting for him to sign before Julio signs because Julio wants to be the number one wide receiver, and he's waiting because this is what they do.
Yeah, they don't want to win Super Bowls. They want to get paid.
Well, yeah.
You all make too much money. Period. Dot.
Yeah.
But they only do it for 4 or 5 years, and then they got to figure out what they're doing.
Still a lot of money.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
If you give me one $25 million paycheck, I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out for the rest of my life.
You will. You'll buy a bunch of stuff, and you'll go broke.
Nope.
Ask Allen Iverson.
Nope, that's AI.
Those are different.
Did you guys see the AP is broke?
Because we're 30-year-old men.
Adrian Peterson's
Yeah, over $100 million, and he's in debt by
That's why he
millions.
still has to keep playing. No, all I want to say is that we're 30-year-old guys that say, like, if you gave us this, we can make it work with families and stuff. 21 years old me could not do that.
No.
21-year-old me would have burned a hole in my pocket so fast.
Exactly.
The earth would
and
have
that's the
shattered
difference,
apart.
Is we're 30-year-old men with wives, kids, families.
Yeah. I'm
21,
somewhat
22 years
responsible
old, straight
adult
out of
now.
college. There's a lot of different things, priorities.
That's fair.
Zion Williamson, $75 million shoe deal.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for you,
19-year-old
Zion.
me salad.
Zion,
So
eat a salad, bud. Go get on the treadmill. I need to see some IG photos of you ripped before the season starts.
Okay.
Because you look terrible in summer
Let's
league.
get back to the Saints. What about Jared
Dude,
Cook?
guys, man.
The last best kicker I want to talk about, Jared Cook.
I know
like
you
him
still love him.
Do you like him over Hooper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you like him over Greg Olsen, obviously? 'Cause you picked
Yep.
Greg Olsen?
Yeah.
Is he the best tight end in this division?
No.
You don't think so?
There's one we're going to talk about in the next team.
You're right.
He is the best.
Okay, outside of those top three guys.
No. Tampa Bay doesn't have a top 3 guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, you're right. For some reason, I thought we were going to talk about Kelsey.
Tampa Bay has an
Enjoy that car horn, folks.
amazing tight end. That was a drop. Yeah, Tampa Bay has an amazing tight end who is better.
And we'll
like
get
I
into that
said-
here in a second. If you guys are done with it, we'll move on over. Oh, yeah, and I know that Josh wants to mention the kicker of the Saints. Will Lutz, his favorite kicker to
From
take.
up under my Lutz, y'all.
Kickers in a high-scoring offense always take them.
So you always take Lutz and you always take
Gostkowski.
Getskowski.
I love
He-
Lutz.
He tries to take him if he's there.
If not, I'll go for Butker or
You pick
someone
him
else in a
off
power
So you
offense.
won't trade for him.
No,
he
no.
will.
No. I want my guy.
I want
You're ridiculous.
I want to kick in a
Yes.
power offense.
I play fantasy football because it's fun. I don't draft people I don't like Big Ben.
Oh, I pay to win money. That's all I'm here for.
Well, I get that too, but I'm going to do
Not having
that
fun.
and have people I like.
It's
'Cause
not
in the
fun for me to do research prior to watching football on Sunday and then screaming at the TV against
I
the
just-
guy playing against my team to do well.
I don't take players that I don't like unless I absolutely have to. Le'Veon Bell, it took a year for him to grow on me. Winning a championship helps.
Yeah, that's true.
It will cure all woes.
I have no qualms about it. I will draft Big Ben, Tyreek Hill, Adrian
no,
Peterson. I'll draft them all.
I don't have a lot.
care.
I'll draft him right now. I don't care.
I don't. It's not off the field stuff. It's on the field stuff. Like I love Phillip Rivers because he yells at defensive ends. But let's move on
He's
to Tampa Bay.
sassy.
So Drew Brees, you guys still feel good about him? Based on
Yeah,
his
Trey
age?
Brees. Sorry, where's his ADP? He's what 7?
He's 7, which
I'm fine with.
Drew Brees finished 8th overall last year.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is a lock for a top
He's a
12 guy.
QB1.
He's QB1 all the time.
He's
Easy.
not the Drew Brees of old who's going to win you weeks.
Until his arm falls off, he's a QB1.
32 touchdowns is still
They're
get
in
the
a
job
run
done.
first team now. They're transitioning their offense to a different style.
That helps him, though.
It helps him for real football, but hurts him for fantasy.
Fair. He'll be more efficient, though.
All right.
Well, he's always been really
So
efficient.
Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston going from one quarterback to another. Let's just go to Jameis Winston because he can't see us and we can't see him.
Ugh.
Grab your crab legs. Let's go, Jameis, baby. Bruce Arians going to fix all the woes. He fixed Carson Palmer. He fixed Big Ben.
Did he fix Carson Palmer?
He was really good there.
He was
He was
good.
really
If
good.
Carson Palmer didn't get hurt, they had shots at Super Bowls.
Yeah, they did.
That's true. I think, this is probably the team I'm most excited about in this division as far as offenses.
There's
go.
a lot of hype around these guys.
I
A
think
lot
it's
of
the
hype.
most, like surprising. Like a lot of hype. We want to see what happens. But
Jameis,
it wouldn't surprise us if it was terrible.
It wouldn't surprise me if they lost every game. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Jameis going at 113. That's a pretty decent price for a guy who could be a QB1, but
It's still a bad offense.
I'm still not there
Or
yet.
still a bad
Well-
defense. Sorry, defense. Still a bad defense. So
Oh,
still
yeah,
gonna
the
score a
defense
point.
is terrible.
I'm just not sold on Jameis yet. I'm not saying that he can't be there, especially with Bruce Arians there.
What if I told you he got LASIK yesterday?
What if I told you?
He didn't, though.
I know.
But look at the guys going after him. Phillip Rivers, I'd rather have him. Ben Roethlisberger, I'd rather have him.
I don't know if I'd rather have Phillip Rivers. When Rivers is throwing interceptions, and if he doesn't have Melvin Gordon, he's going to be throwing interceptions because it happened last year.
Think so?
Yes, his numbers are way worse without Melvin Gordon than they were with Melvin Gordon.
There's plenty of guys.
Phillip Rivers was a QB1 last year.
I'll take Mitch Trubisky later, way later.
Mitch Trubisky I would prefer to have him as well.
Were the combined Tampa Bay quarterbacks QB1 last year?
Yeah, and
Fitzmagic and
the thing is that where he's going at 113, it's not like you're taking a huge risk on him. You're not like you're having to reach up and grab him in the third round or anything like that. I think it's decent value.
He's a risk for guys like us that are taking our first quarterback in that range.
Yeah,
they play San Francisco week 1. Not scared of that defense.
No.
Carolina week 2.
No,
Kuechly,
not really.
Secondary. The secondary
routinely. I feel like Kuechly routinely.
Are they playing in
James
Tampa or
Winston.
Carolina? Does it say?
It's at Carolina.
I like that.
And then they play the Giants week 3.
Love that.
Yeah,
but then it goes Rams,
Mm.
Saints defense, which usually by about that time is starting to pick up. Then Carolina again, then they got the bye week.
I'm okay with that.
So the first 3 weeks are okay. Then after the Rams, I'm a little bit more scared. Have a play for week 4.
I'm okay with it. Take your shot. You guys want to talk about Rojo?
All systems go, baby.
Rojo or Peyton Barber?
Rojo.
Yeah, I'd probably take.
What's
Rojo
Rojo's
over
ADP?
Peyton Barber.
It's really low, right?
They're actually pretty close together.
Well, that's because
they're both bad.
Ronald Jones is 88. Where's my boy? Peyton Barber is actually 120, so they're not that close. They're about 4 rounds apart.
So if Ronald Jones does not succeed this year, he is done. Let's get this straight.
It's only his second year.
This is make or break year. Arians did not draft him. Arians didn't want him. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. If you get a new coach in and you don't perform, they say see you later.
He came in
they
a
have
little,
nothing invested to you.
and he came in a little out of shape. But Peyton Barber is not the guy.
No. If it's not Rojo, I don't want any of them. I don't want Peyton Barber.
Yeah,
Peyton
guys,
Barber's a jag. Just
a guy.
a guy.
just a guy.
It's true. He did bring in Andre Ellington, probably for special teams, but they are familiar with each other from their Phoenix days.
And Andre Ellington did nothing in Phoenix with him. He was on those teams that did not run.
So for you, it's Rojo or bust. Do you like that ADP?
It's not bad.
He's a 38th running back off the board.
Yeah, so if I'm going
good.
30, yeah, I'll take that.
I mean, I would rather have Royce Freeman or
I don't know
Donta Foreman, who are both going after him. Adrian Peterson's going after him as well.
And I don't know about Adrian Peterson because the juice is there.
Well, the juice is always hurt.
Yeah, juicing.
What do you mean he's always hurt?
That hammy ain't coming back.
It's only his second year. The hammy's back. He's cleared to practice.
Don't like it.
Okay.
Soft tissue injuries. You know
All
how
right,
I feel
let's
about
move
this.
on to the wide receivers. So Mike Evans.
Monster.
Easy.
Top 5 guy. Draft him.
You saying he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver next year?
Yeah, why not?
So Nuke on.
Hang on, where did he finish last year? Let me look.
He's got an ADP of 21 right now.
21 overall, correct?
Mike Evans,
21
6th overall last year.
Yeah.
Behind DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, Devontae Adams, Antonio Brown, and Tyreek Hill.
So let's
So
talk.
who's he jumping?
Antonio Brown, probably.
And you don't think Odell's going to jump him in Cleveland? Because I know you love the Cleveland offense.
Yeah, I forgot about Odell.
Yeah, everybody does.
So, I mean,
He's going to
if-
jump Thielen for
if
sure.
Arians' schemes stay the same from what we saw in Arizona or Indianapolis,
Okay.
and Jameis can make it work instead of throwing it to the other team all the time, yeah, I think he'd be a top 5 guy.
So let's talk about the guys going around where he's at. Antonio Brown.
I like him over Antonio Brown.
Yes,
Okay.
that Raiders offense is a dumpster fire.
Too.
Right now,
That too.
for what we know, Damian Williams. Would you rather have Damian Williams or Mike Evans?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. Well, it really depends on what I do with the first round.
That's
for
what I'm-
first pick.
That's
If I went running back, if I went crazy and took Nuke,
Let's
then
talk
no,
about.
I'm going running back.
Let's talk about in a vacuum.
In a vacuum,
Yeah, Damian
it's
Williams.
dusty.
Unless it's brand new.
I'd rather have Mike Evans in a vacuum.
Okay.
I'd rather
So
have Mike Williams too.
Nick Chubb.
Evans.
Standard Chubb PPR Evans.
That's fair.
And then we don't need to talk about Keenan Allen. I think
Good
we all
point.
like Mike Evans more than Keenan Allen. We can all agree on that.
Yes.
I don't know. Keenan Allen's got something to prove. His Madden rating wasn't good. He was pretty upset about it. Said
Why do they get upset about that crap? Who cares? It's a video game.
Because it's a direct reflection of the
Probably.
stats on the field.
It is not.
Okay, so we'll do one more. Dalvin Cook or Mike Evans?
I'm taking Dalvin Cook.
See?
I love Dalvin Cook. Yeah, I'll take Dalvin Cook.
Okay, so at least that was a little more difficult for you guys. I think I would go Cook as well, but I don't think any people would really argue too much if you took Mike Evans instead of Dalvin
No,
Cook.
because Mike Evans is going to be there for all 16 games. The guy is a workhorse. He's going to produce for you. Dalvin Cook might get hurt again. So at least we know Mike Evans is going to be there.
He had a great season too. I mean, we're not
He's been good since he came in the league.
You guys-
He hasn't
1,500
really had a bad
yards,
season.
8 touchdowns, 86 catches. I mean, he was targeted 139 times. This
You guys want my super hype train?
Sure.
Chris Godwin finishes the number 1 wide receiver fantasy-wise on this team.
Pie bet?
Yeah.
Okay. I got Mike
Wait.
Evans.
Wait. Let's step this up here. Let's not just go pie bet.
No, we're not shaving my head.
I'm not shaving my
No,
head. I
we don't have to
refuse.
just.
Okay.
I have a misshapen dome.
What if we do pie bet, maybe like a little crotch shop?
See, if we're doing that, I need to get some points my way. Okay? Because I'm giving up a lot.
Crotch shot with
Yeah, that's
pie?
not-
I don't like that.
No, we're just-
How about in the butt?
I will do a straight up pie bet, straight up,
Okay.
barring injury. Chris Godwin finishes the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy on this team next
Put
year.
it on the board. I got Mike Evans, baby.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
it up.
winning all the pie bets this year because Sammy Watkins ain't playing 12 games.
For one,
playing.
this is
Especially
a
now
hot
that he's not
take.
the
of
number
hot-
one.
This is a super hot take, but I just follow my hot takes to the.
I love it.
You
I love
believe
the,
this,
I
and
believe
I'm
this.
okay with that
I
because
love the cojones.
he's been on Chris Godwin since last year. Like,
Yeah.
he really believes in it.
That's great. Mike Evans is a freak.
Because who was the guy you liked last year over Chris Godwin? Humphreys?
I did like Humphreys better.
Humphreys over.
I did.
The talent level there is
And
just
no other wide receiver-
drastically different though. in
We
this
don't care
case.
about any other wide receiver. Bashard Perryman?
No,
What about Justin Watson? Okay,
no, I don't care.
if injuries happen to Chris Godwin, just saying, he's got to look up. Just keep,
Mike Evans has never been under 1,000 yards receiving. You're crazy.
yeah,
You
he's
are
never had
crazy.
Bruce Arians as his offense coordinator.
I like this.
You're hosed, dude. If I lose this, I'll be insanely upset because there's no way.
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
I
it.
want to look up.
But
hang
this
on,
is
I gotta
what
look up
hot
Chris
takes
Godwin.
are.
So-
Hot
Oh, yeah,
takes
no,
are
it's a
let's
great-
let's agree. Let's agree though. Like, let's say they play 10 games. We'll stop it right there. If someone gets hurt, and we'll say, okay, after 10 games, this is who was better.
No.
You guys want to? They got to play 16
Boys
games.
never cracked 1,000 yards, man.
No, but I'm saying, but you got to say that they're going to play all 16 games. It's not going to happen.
No, whatever they finish at the end of the season, barring injury, just like the previous bets.
You want
Okay.
to say they have to play at least 14 games?
No, I'm saying like they have to play at least let's say at least 12. You guys good with that?
Well, if one plays 12 and one plays 16, that really
Yeah, I
skews
feel
the
like
numbers.
barring injury.
Yeah, but I'm saying as long as they
means
play
if
12,
if
then
either
you
of them
can.
get injured, the bet is null.
We'll
and
work
void.
it out through the season. Right now, it's
Okay.
barring injury, okay?
Okay,
Moving on.
OJ
Going
Howard.
down.
Okay, can we say this, though? Well, actually, you know what? I don't care. Blaine Gabbert can come in there and light it up.
Okay. OJ Howard.
I love OJ Howard this year.
Great. I think I ranked him in my top
I think he-
6 or 7,
he-
probably. Top 6, I think.
If Jameis stays healthy, he is going to be the biggest thing that's going to negatively affect Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's stats because he's going to steal every touchdown there because Jameis loves the tight ends.
That's because he can't see anybody else. He's in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he loves the tight ends.
Go get some glasses, Jameis. You're killing me.
He's 6'6", 250 pounds. He's a very large man.
Large
I-
fella.
And I don't think Cameron Brate is going to negatively.
No, Cameron Brate, his days are done.
There was all that hype around him, 2 years ago? They were like, oh, Cameron Brate, he's coming in. He's gonna
Cameron
be good.
Brate was a serviceable guy.
He's a good football player, but he's not O.J. Howard. He's just not.
The problem is that OJ Howard, talent-wise, is probably top 3 in the league.
Do you think OJ Howard
Yeah,
could
he-
crack that top 3 tight end?
Yeah,
The premium tight end?
yeah,
If Kittle has to keep playing with cracked sternums or whatever it was, yeah, probably.
yeah.
That
he
poor
can,
man.
He can
Good for
easily
you.
do it.
And Zach Ertz, who probably get hurt.
Zach Ertz will probably
So
get
OJ
hurt.
Howard, what's his ADP?
Checking.
Sorry, I thought you had it.
Checking. Oh, I've just been looking
His
up
right
my
now,
position.
he's the 4th tight end going off the board at 55 overall.
Yeah, 5th round, 8th pick. Going behind Kelsey, Ertz, and Kittle. Ingram's going behind him at 6th round, 2nd pick, and Hunter Henry, 6th round, 5th pick.
It's too rich for my blood.
Too rich?
For me,
So he's going where? What round? Sorry.
5th round.
5th round.
5th round, if you've got 2 running backs and 2 receivers, you've got your starters. You don't want to take take OJ Howard there?
No, dude, I'm taking.
Because
Well,
after Evan Ingram and Hunter Henry, you got nothing, bud. You got absolutely nothing.
No, you got plenty.
What? Okay, let me. So
Trey
where
Burton.
he's at? Where he's at?
Trey Bird.
Tyler Lockett and Aaron Rodgers are right ahead of him. Kenyon Drake's ahead of him. You don't like any of those guys, right?
Kenyon Drake's not even the number
like
one
Kenyon Drake.
running back on his team right now.
But we talked about, like, there's a lot going on with Kenyon Drake. He might not be the starter. So those three guys have a lot. You're not taking Aaron Rodgers. You're not taking Tyler Lockett. Right, Josh?
No.
If you
Okay.
take QB in the 5th round, you crazy.
Calvin Ridley, you've already said you don't like. This is where it might get crazy for you because Deshaun Watson's going there at quarterback. Still early for you for quarterback usually,
too early.
but you like Deshaun Watson.
Too early, though.
Mike Williams for the Chargers. Cooper Kupp, Tevin Coleman, Darius Guice.
Oh, C-Cups. For
I
sure.
would rather have C Cup or Mike Williams there instead of.
It depends on what I got in my team. If I already have Julian Edelman because he went ahead of him, I'm not taking two. I'm not going to have two pass catching, just PPR guys that are just going to catch me 5 balls.
He was
at
going to
50
say
yards.
wide receiver.
No, and that too. But two guys the same skill set. I have no deep guy that's going to win me a week because Julian Edelman's not winning me a week. Cooper Kupp may win me a week, but let's be honest, his skill set is more for a consistent 17 points.
I'm perfectly happy. I want consistent point weeks.
Well, I like to have one consistent
I want double
and
digits
one boom or
every
bust. That's why I like one Brandon Cooks and one like Julian Edelman guy.
I want consistent production week to week. That's how I like. That's how I like to draft. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you think Chris Godwin's going to be better than Mike Evans? So.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football
Hype
Podcast.
train.
We got sued for that one time.
There you go. If I played the whole thing, yeah.
We don't own this.
No. All right.
Sure
That's
don't.
it. Anything else you guys want to bring out of the South? Oh, real quick. Something I want to start doing that we forgot out to do. What team's going to win the division out of this league? Out of this division?
Oh, do you want to run down the other divisions we've done real quick?
We
Who's
can do
gonna
that
win?
later. We're running along
that
on this
later.
one. We'll do it on a short one. Maybe we'll just do another one on another episode.
Sounds good.
So who do you think is going to win this division?
I like the Saints. Young defense, great offense. I think they're in there.
Somebody's going
It's such a good division.
I think it's a good division, but I think there's really only one team that has a clear edge all around, and that's the Saints.
I think I'm going to go Atlanta.
Atlanta?
If that
With
defense,
that defense, really?
if that defense is what it was 2 years ago when they went like the year that they
You're
were
assuming
dominant.
Vic Beasley's actually going to sack somebody this year?
I will admit, this is one of the most divisions that's usually the most flip-flop, where
It's tough.
the team that usually ends last can jump up to the top.
Yeah. This is in the AFC South where you
So,
see them shuffle around.
just to
all
do a
like crazy.
contrarian pick, I'm going to take Tampa Bay, say Bruce Arians fix it, and gets them to 10 wins and wins the division.
You love the hot takes in that. I love it.
I don't
I
think
just want
any,
to do, you guys took the good teams. I want to make it different and just say the team.
and Carolina could win the whole thing.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, they could.
That's the thing. This is a great division.
Yeah.
I believe in Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians has changed teams.
Yeah.
He has.
Ways
You're
alive.
100% right. And this division usually goes by injuries.
Okay.
Who survives the attrition longer?
Okay, best quarterback?
Drew Brees.
Matty Ice. Is that what you're going to say, Josh?
Oh, wait. You mean in terms of fantasy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of fantasy.
Ooh.
It ain't going to be Drew Brees. He's taking a step back.
I think Newton has a resurgent year.
Okay,
Regardless
Newton?
of what you think of him.
No,
I
it
think
won't.
You're
I
going,
think
you're going
he
Matt
comes
Ryan.
back.
I think it's going to be Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Matty
I
Ice
think it's
don't
going
run,
to
though.
be Matt Ryan as well.
Fair.
Best running back.
This is
Alvin Kamara
Kamara
or
or-
McCaffrey.
I'll go Kamara.
I'm going
it,
Kamara.
It could be a wash, but I'd take Kamara.
I'm
over
taking Kamara as
You're not
well.
going to feel bad about either one though.
Best wide receiver.
So we got Evans, Thomas, no one from Carolina,
Julio Jones.
and then Julio Jones. Damn, this is a stacked division. I love
They
this
are.
division.
This is a great fantasy division. Don't feel bad about taking multiple guys from each of these teams. Don't feel bad about it.
So
I'm going Julio.
I don't expect Mike. So I'm going to go Michael Thomas. I'm going to go Mike Thomas.
You doubling down your Mike Evans? Or are you going to say Chris Godwin? Because you know it's right.
Evans could be that guy. He could be the best receiver in the league.
He's
though.
no Mike Thomas, and he's no Julio Jones.
You don't think he has the same
No.
physical gifts? Really?
No, I don't.
All right, I'm saying Mike Evans then. Mike Evans.
Oh,
you wanna
my
tie bet on
it? Just kidding. All right. So that is
end.
it. Tight end, OJ Howard. We kind of already said it earlier.
easy.
Absolutely.
OJ Howard.
This is no
All right.
contest, yeah.
Now, send us off into the night there, Joshua.
Thanks for tuning in to the Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. You can find us on Twitter Facebook and Instagram at Empty Wagon FF. That's right, we're the same on all of them. You can go there, you can find links to our websites, you can find links to buy our merchandise. Mine's coming in soon. I'm actually pretty excited about it. It should be here next week.
I keep forgetting to buy it, but I really want that gray hoodie with the black outline and the red lettering. It's so nice.
Go get it before Eric can get it. Buy them out, people. Buy them out.
It's nice, right? So anyway, you can find Eric at GunsofVeld19. Brad will be at Tack Jones, and I'm going to be at FF Josh Hughes. Hit us up on social media, get us some questions, and we love you guys. We will see you in a couple of days, actually, because we're doing 2 this week.
Yeah, we are. Dirty South, baby. Dirty
Doubling
Birds.
up.